Welcome back to your friendly neighborhood AI wife. Quick, I have to get him in the scene. My goal is to get him in every single scene before we start this, okay? Because we are a couple. We do everything together except for record. So I gotta get him into this. Alright, welcome back. We are gonna get straight into these videos. My husband gave me a little bit of forewarning that this is going to be some political content. So let's dive right into it.
He's a racist.
How can I be racist?
No, he's not. Leave him alone.
Alright, well, this is my stuff. I hope you enjoy the
Why is she smiling and laughing? Like she didn't seem very serious, like it was a joke. That seemed like it was staged. That seemed very staged.
This just in, a Trump supporter has been arrested for driving his SUV into a crowd of peaceful protesters outside a Tesla dealership in Palm Beach County. Andrew Dutel, the MAGA fan who was angered by the protests, has been charged with aggravated assault. The Daily Beast reports that the man drove his black Nissan Pathfinder onto the sidewalk and advanced towards the protesters.
Because he can't even afford a Tesla. He's like, I'm going to be for their side, even though I could never afford a car like that, but I'm going to stick up for them. That's what I'm going to do.
Forcing them to disperse. Thankfully, no one was hurt, although the man almost clipped two elderly women. We are also learning of another incident in which a Trump supporter named Rick Fuse was arrested in Berkeley for using a stun gun on peaceful protesters outside a Tesla dealership. Fuse claimed the protesters were paid and that he wanted to show his support for Musk and Doge. We're going to be following these stories and so much more, so remember to follow our account and add the Midas Touch podcast.
You know, these people are doing a little bit too much with that. Everybody's protesting, so the Trump supporters are like, you know what? We don't want them to protest because they're not allowed to do that. We're going to go up there and we're going to show them who's boss. I'm pretty sure that you guys used to protest all of the time, right? Nobody came up there and showed you who was boss, or did they? I don't know. Either way, it just seems a little bit tacky, if you know what I'm saying. Like one person's going to go out there as a crusader. I'm going to go and I'm going to stop them. I'm going to stop the people over there at the Tesla places. You have plenty of other things you could do besides worrying about who's protesting Elon Musk. Elon Musk has enough money. I don't think that he's in that bad of a situation. I think this is all just smoke and mirrors to get us all riled up. Oh, the protesters, they're going to do something. Come on. Isn't he like the richest man in the world? If he can't lose a little bit of money from his Tesla and his Tesla stocks, how rich is he? We're going to find out that he's just living paycheck to paycheck like every single other person, that he doesn't really have any money. In the meantime, these poor people who really don't have any money, these Trump supporters, are showing up at events, putting their life on jeopardy because they think that this man even cares about them. Sir, he does not. And if he does give you a little tweet, it's going to go by. Nobody's going to care about it after a while. Why would you go out there, one man strong, I'm going to go up against these protesters? Please. But what you see is, the common thread here is that folks are about done with MAGA. MAGA's about done with folks, which they always have been, but there's some infighting here. I'm seeing some infighting. Let's continue.
On Apple and Spotify.
The witness will suspend.
They will have that man picked up and deported by next week. Okay? They're picking up people on the side of the street. They're going to find a reason to take you, and that's all I'll say on that, but they are going to pick him up. He cannot talk like that out there because they are watching him.
So that protester was a Code Pink lunatic.
Code Pink.
Saying the greatest threat to world peace is funding Israel. I will observe, for the benefit of the audience here on television, that Code Pink is funded by communist China as well.
What's wrong with my shirt?
Your shirt is showing great disrespect for our country, for our president. It says impeach. As long as you're wearing that shirt, we won't serve you.
But I'm allowed to wear a shirt.
He won the election. You let him do his job. And respect him.
Okay, great. That's your opinion. I've got my opinion.
Call the police.
I don't understand.
Call the police?
Sure. You're doing the right thing. Call the police.
For what?
To
Because of a t-shirt?
It's a disgrace.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Wait,
call
wait.
the police. Get him out. Get him out.
You agree with him.
Get him out of here. He's not allowed to have free speech. None of us are allowed to. Well, we're allowed to, but they're not allowed to have free speech. What are we talking about here? He's wearing a shirt. The shirt says to impeach you number 47. Oh my God. He can't wear anything. We're not allowed to do that here. We cannot talk ill of the president.
Bet your life.
You're gonna have me thrown in jail. This is unbelievable.
As the scene plays out, this group at the next booth votes with their feet.
I just want some food.
Sorry, can I help you, Constance?
Yeah, I just don't agree with you. He has his right to his own opinion.
Making it clear they don't agree with the manager or those other diners.
How are you ever just get up?
If you don't serve you, I'll eat too.
I appreciate that.
Since you have not covered up that shirt, I'm going to
Where is John Quinones? I know he's around there. Where is he?
ask you to leave. Please leave.
You gotta be kidding.
No, I'm not, sir.
Now, this diner is so upset, he also gets up to leave.
Sorry, sir. Can I get you anything?
No, I'm not. If you removing him, I'm leaving also.
People have lost their mind so that they can feel like they're a part of the cool kids club. That's all this is. I mean, at this point, are we really even going based on what our real values are and our morals? No, it's just like, I want to be a part of that group, so I'm going to shun that group, and I'm going to shun that group, and you can't wear this, and you can't talk like that, and you can't say this, and you can't say that. Come on, get a hobby. Go to the gym, work out, start gardening, start doing something else. They're just showing us what the world is like. I mean, people are just freaking out over what? Just freaking out. Freaking out.
Because the cameras are all on. Anything that I say, no matter how crazy, Usha has to smile and laugh and celebrate it.
She's like...
Russia was so paranoid that the United States was going to launch a preemptive nuclear attack against it. They created a system whereby ground sensors would be able to determine nuclear bombs hitting the Russian soil. And if they weren't hearing from the nuclear command and control, so the idea being that the nuclear command and control had been taken out in this preemptive nuclear strike, the dead hand system would launch all of Russia's remaining nuclear weapons, which were like 30,000 at the time, without even needing a hand to push the button, hence the name the dead hand. The idea behind it is kind of part of deterrence, like don't you dare launch at us, or even our own dead hand will get you.
We're getting kicked out of the federal workers' protest. Why don't you calm down?
You support a Nazi!
Okay.
Go!
All right, see ya. We're going. We're leaving. We're leaving. Apparently, this is the federal workers. Excuse me. There's no need for that. There's no need for that. Wow.
We got the whistle.
A lot less mature than I thought these people were going to be. These are our federal workers.
You're here to agitate!
You're here to ask questions. I'm here to ask questions.
Go!
Just go ahead.
The Dems are looking just like the Republicans. They're up to it and they're at it again.
We can't have you guys parked here.
Okay, well, we are going to park here because we are the public.
No, you're not, and we're contacting the police to come and help us out.
Okay, why don't you do that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Why
we'll let
are you
President
trying
Trump
to
know
park
that
your
what's going
motorhome
on.
there, sir?
So actually,
She's a zoo. What are you doing? Why are you trying to record me?
So here we go. She locks the door on us, and so they're calling President Trump.
Because it's a zoo.
President Trump. They're calling the police.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because
What does President Trump have to do with
they're
this?
playing the little game.
The Palm Beach Zoo wouldn't allow us to park the motorhome
Check it out.
in their parking lot.
So here we go.
Were you trying to sleep there, or were you trying to just be there for a little bit? Give me some context,
Zoo
sir.
offices, and this is the way they play. That's what's going on here.
That's what's going on here.
You ain't allowed to photocopy me, motherfucking phone. Go ahead, spray me. I can't.
Touch me.
How dare you?
Get away from me now.
I'm gonna beat your head in. Don't be filming
Get
me.
away from me now.
What are you gonna do?
Get away from me now.
If
If you don't stop coming towards me, you get sprayed.
Go ahead, spray me.
Get away
Watch
from me.
what happens.
Come at me again.
Spray me.
Don't come at me, dude. Don't.
I'm turning around this hat because I mean... Because I mean business. What, sir? What in the fast walking talking you haven't seen the tips of your shoes in forever over that belly are we talking about? Why is everybody just so enraged, just so angry? What are we talking about? Don't you point that camera at me. Don't you point it. Don't you do it.
Bro. You're gonna threaten me now, huh?
I know.
Go ahead.
Right over
Go
in a
on,
minute.
get ya.
Don't come at me, bro. Get away from me now. Get away from me now.
Ooh, I'm gonna run into you. What was that? Oh no, he's spraying.
Don't come at me, bro.
I told you.
Are you serious?
Oh, I'm gonna fight
Dude.
you now.
You come at me again.
Spray me again up. I'm going that way.
You better go that way.
Oh, now
Go
I'm
that
scared.
way now.
I'm gonna go that way.
Get away from me now. I warned you.
For the hotels that they're staying at in New York City, in Chicago. Well, who's paying for those hotels? Who's paying for that room and board?
I imagine there's probably federal money allocated to
And
people
where does
that
the
are part of
federal government get its money?
From the, I mean,
U.S.
from the U.S.
taxpayer.
Treasury, sure, yeah.
U.S. taxpayer. So you are paying for illegal immigrants' housing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Oh, would you look at that?
Yeah, well.
Would you look at that?
Yeah, there's a few more blemishes.
You can barely run.
It's always good, like when we have something that's bipartisan, to point it out because it happens so little around here anymore. But rather than giving like a really big, long speech, I feel like I could just use this, and this will tell you that I think it's good, right? So like that's a fist, American flag fire. So I'll just, from now on, when we do things where like we agree, I'll just hold this up rather than giving like a really big long speech. So job well done, guys.
Would the gentleman yield?
Oh, sure, I'll yield.
But I'm not sure everybody recognizes the reference there. Would you explain where that comes from?
Yeah, so this is how when we're in like a chat with friends, right, where we're like having a casual chat about like where we're dropping missiles.
Are you talking about a public chat room?
Yeah, but like, and with friends, and we're just like,
Just hanging out.
hamming about who we're gonna bomb and all of that. But we agree, we fist American flag fire. So I'm holding this up. I think we could just keep the committee shorter if like when we agree, we just hold this up.
No, I think you're supposed to have the flexed arm instead of the fist.
No, it was just
Okay.
it was just the fist. What signal chat are you in?
But
I was on Twitter.
If the gentleman would yield for an additional question,
Sure.
But what happens if there are reporters who might be there for that?
Well, hopefully they support America, and that it's fire.
So you're telling me we can't have a bipartisan conversation among members of the committee without a journalist being there?
Well, we can, but if you don't add them, if you don't want them to know.
And what if they just happen to show up somehow?
Well, that's because somebody added them.
That was so sloppy. You know what he's talking about? He's talking about the journalism who was invited into the conversation a few weeks ago into the Signal chat room. Now, it was just supposed to be I'm saying Pete Buttigieg. We're talking about Hegseth, we're talking about J.D. Vance, and we're talking about that other girl. Why can't I think of her name? I can't even think of her name. But anyways, so the journalist who was brought in to that very private conversation that was taking place within Signal. Now, the journalist is in there. He's like, what's going on? I found out information about what's potentially happening in Yemen. And everybody's been talking about it for a week. It's just been pummeled into our face. So what he's saying is like, you know what? Let's just start talking in chats, little memes. We'll just start throwing each other little gifts, whatever we're calling these things. That's what he's referring to. Why can't I think of her name? Tulsi Gabbard. Ha ha! There it came. Tulsi's name isn't going to run from my head. I've been watching her up there all week talking about, well, it's being investigated. I can't answer that. Well, it's being investigated. I can't answer that. But pretty much he's, being tongue-in-cheek. He's making fun of them. He's like, why do we even use words when we're just in chat groups? We're just in, chat rooms, just texting each other very nonchalantly these little pictures. If something's good, strong arm, fist pump, prayer hands, hearts, I don't know if you're anything like me. It doesn't matter what side you're on. Don't you just miss like a proper democracy? I'm talking like the way they would talk in adult form. I feel like these people are also on TikTok with their kids, so everybody's talking like they're 12 years old. We're not even using complete sentences anymore. We don't have a conversation that even makes sense to normal people. It's just all you, me, you, me, you. That doesn't even make sense. That's what it sounds like when we're watching it. I'm just like, where are the good old debates, the good conversations, the smart people in the room? I think they're all gone. I think everybody is just like driven and everybody's just doing anything for the reaction. So that was it. That was interesting. That was funny. I liked it. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're a return customer, welcome back. I appreciate you so much. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button because we drop content every single day on this channel. Until next time, peace out.
Now lame brains think it's just music, cause they don't feel the power until they misuse it. Lose it while I get my wins up. I'll take a guppy's food like get your fins up.